Hey guys, I'm here. It is hole number 9 in the Christmas tournament. As you see, this is the hole with the split forked fairway, and there's a couple approaches you can use. One is you can pound it all the way down to that end of the fairway there on the left, or you can go to the right side. I prefer going to the right side because the risk reward is nicer.
Great shot.
But I'm assuming for this tournament, the second wind, I'm assuming, will be downwind. So that should be more than enough for you to still get to the green from there, especially with a katana on. So either or here shouldn't be much of a big problem. But the risk reward, if you do go the other way, if you go this way, which I'm thinking about doing with a katana ball, if I get it over here and pull this shot off, now I like doing it with a hook. I don't know if I feel like risking it here. I think it's fine. It's day one. Let me show you. So you see where the right of my bullseye is? I'm going to stack one on top of that, and then I'm not really going to add any extra power. I don't think I'm really going to need it, especially being downwind. Let's just see if I can't get this to groove in this other fairway over here. Oh, come back in. Nope. So again, you can probably do that and utilize that shot. You probably just need a little bit, touch of backspin. Just a touch of backspin, and it'd be perfect. Now, with where I'm at now, I don't believe that I'm going to be able to get to the green. So if you do it that way, it's going to be paramount that you actually do pull off getting it in the fairway. So I'm going to recommend doing it with you know, as much right spin as you can put on it, like you saw me do, but do it with some backspin, because you don't need to get every last bit of fairway there. It's more important that you're in the fairway than long. So for instance, if I would have took off a little bit of distance, I was in the fairway. That's all I had to do, is just have a little bit less distance. So if I do that with, say, 2 backspin, and then just do that exact same shot, it's going to be more than enough to be right in the dead center of the fairway. And as you see, that's the only way I'm going to get there too, because you cannot miss this fairway where I am. You see, even where he is, he's better off than I am. But I would suggest, if you do go for this shot and for some reason end up here, I feel like, you know, if you have a couple of practice runs, you won't be here. But I would highly recommend beating it out here to the left-hand side, just getting it up here as close as you can. And to be honest with you, I should still make it. So just keep that in mind. I think I'm pretty sure I'm good to make that, because I'm fairly sure that I've forfeited enough shots that I'm out of contention. I think I need 6 under right now to, and I don't even think 6 under is going to hold. I think somebody eventually is going to beat that. But you see, this guy has a very, very easy pitch. So if you want to play it safe over to that side, it kind of takes, the only problem is the way that he did it, it's probably going to take the albatross out of the equation. So keep that in mind if you want to go to that left. That albatross probably isn't going to be in your repertoire. If you want to play a little bit more risky, and as you see, you know, I'm not full blasting it on that hook. It's very low risk. Keep in mind though, if you're not doing a Thor, the bullseyes are going to be different, because your accuracy number is not going to be the same. So you'll have a little bit different shot than me. But if you want to just, you know, do it wrong once, make the correction tomorrow, then you know for the rest of the tournament. That's what I would highly suggest you guys do. And again, you know, 3 wind here. I'm not going to go more than 2 rings. So, in all honesty, you know, I should still have this. It shouldn't be a big problem that I you know, had to come out of the rough. pitch it up there, get your eagle. Same with the other ones, you know. If I could have, you know, got the eagles from the fairway on the other par 5s too. So just keep that in mind. This will be, I'm glad that this hole came out for a shootout. I'm glad I made that, because this will give you just a second. It'll just give you a second perspective. This is the only time, in case you haven't watched the rest of my videos, this is the only time, other than the time that I played the hole, that I got this. There was no shootout where they gave me this hole. And now, if you guys want to watch all my videos, I've played at least all par 3s 2 times. At a minimum.
Perfect shot.
I think one of them I've played 3 times with shootouts. So it'll give you a nice perspective, a couple different wins. The only one that's, you know, critical is, you know, the main win, but for the tournament, paying attention to that, because it should be that wind every time. But it'll be nice just to be able to see, so you guys can see just a little bit different perspective, more so than anything, like when you're actually playing against real opponents. You'll be able to have a little extra guide here. And again, 2.2 rings, or 2.2 wind. I'm going to go about one full ring. Maybe go just a little bit on the north end here of
perfect shot.
Beyond 100%. Just making sure that it's behind the hole, coming down the hill. Didn't get it up the hill enough. So if you're going to play that approach where you're using the hill like I just did, you had it on line there, I didn't get it up the hill enough. So keep that in mind. You got to get a little bit of momentum, get it halfway up there. You know, I just needed 2 more yards up there, so you don't got to get carried away with it, because you don't want to come down too fast. I needed at least another yard, probably 2 full yards up that hill. So keep that in mind. And as you see, not qualified, but you know, I still had some good eagles in there. I'm assuming, you know, all things considered, you know, this would have been a pretty solid round. You saw, you know, a couple of hold out pitches there that I got. Eagle. I eagled a par 4. Eagled that last par 5. Of course, I eagled 5 there, as you can see. I think with a berserker and I think it's hole 3. That's the first one. If I put on a berserker and apocalypse, to be honest with you, I think I'll get that eagle too. So just keep that in mind. And same with hole 6. You know, getting it down there, beating it down there as far as possible. Highly recommend. I ended up forfeiting that one, but I think without question, you know, push comes to shove, and you know, it's for an actual qualifier, I'm going to go ahead and, you know, throw on a little bit better ball, get it down there, and then just make sure that I get the eagle foremost on the par 5s, because they're not really albatrosses other than the last one. But you got to do the risk reward on that last hole. If you don't take the risk side and get it over there to the right, albatross is off the table. Whereas the other 2, unless you have like a really good driver, and really use a berserker and get it, or snowman or whatever, get it way down there, the par 5s in this tournament just aren't really going to be albatrossable. So keep that in mind. Good luck with your guys' rookie tournament. I wish you guys all success, and hopefully you know, you can get some shots to drop and your rounds go well. Let me keep me posted. Good luck all.